episode 925. It's July. Can you believe?
I love it.
I
want to just zoom through this summer.
Oh, fuck you.
I know.
I would never say such a thing.
I know.
I would say things like I'm white knuckling it. I would never be like, let's fucking get this over with. Let's let Susie's joy speed by. I wouldn't do that.
No. I want you to enjoy. I want to enjoy. I am making the best of it.
Go on your
I have
camps
never been
or whatever the fuck.
busier. This has been the busiest summer ever.
That's really great. I'm like mad at you, so I can't even focus.
Yeah, but I feel like you've been busy too. You're like out there, and countdown is on to when I'm gonna see you.
Yeah, right. Fine.
Okay.
I can't wait.
I know. It's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be so fun. Okay. By the time this airs, everyone will already know the ending, but the way that it stands is Sarah and I are attending or are being paid to attend Challenge Mania panel in Pittsburgh, PA. Yes. Actually, Imperial, PA.
Yes.
And at the 11th hour, we got a brand new addition to the panel, which was CT, Christopher Tamburello.
Yes.
From Real World Paris. Yeah. You may have seen him on the Real World Paris, but also any of a number of challenges, some of which he beat people up.
Right. Using somebody's face like a cheese grater.
So, like, it's a hoot and holler for Sarah and me because
we call people out on inappropriate behavior?
Yeah, like we're gonna be like, hey,
good.
Remember that time you did that thing?
100%. We're gonna be like,
we'll see how that goes.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah, exactly.
So that'll be a hoot. Here's the latest for Suze.
Okay, fill me in.
Peg Meister.
Oh yeah.
What a character, right?
Oh yeah.
And she has so many good points. Like if you looked at her, you'd think that lady is a picture of health, and she's committed to style. She loves tie-dye. She loves like layering. She loves like, I don't know, the white person equivalent of a do-rag.
She loves a
bandana,
a flare, a piece of flair.
Yeah. Like
that
cool shoes.
Adds some whimsy.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, people love her, when we're out and about, she's always capturing attention.
Yeah.
Well, she's had some health struggles along the way, and most recently she had a fracture in her spine. So, she's been on the mend. So, but she's been doing great. And then I was about to head off to New York for a little weekend trip. Mm-hmm. And she calls me and says, I went out to physical therapy, which is an hour.
Yeah.
And when I got back, there were raccoons all inside my house and poop everywhere.
Oh, no. Stop it. I love these. I mean, I hate this for you, but also if you gave me $1 million to guess what the next sentence that you were going to say,
everyone says.
I would have not guessed that in 1 million years.
Raccoons.
I'd be out $1 million is what I'd be
running amok.
Holy shit. Please explain to me how we got here.
Okay, so
I can't even imagine it.
In Peg's mind, she's being a reliable narrator. She went off to physical therapy and came home, and there's this problem. Obviously, that is not the accurate retelling. And so once we've engaged, critter control, all these people that handle like wildlife.
How many are we talking?
Well, first it started with the company, animal control, and they come out and they assess and remove any animals they can find. What happened was a raccoon had given birth.
No!
In her chimney.
Oh, okay, but that's adorable.
So cute.
Oh my God, baby raccoons just look like little bandits.
Those are raccoonies.
Just where'd you get that little bandit mask?
But she does not have a fireplace, okay? So it's not like there's an obvious escape route for these guys. But anyway, they're nesting in her chimney. And she had reported to me, she was like, while she was convalescing, she said, I keep seeing this raccoon on my deck. I don't know why he's back there. I haven't seen a raccoon here in a decade.
I know why he's there. He might be a she.
I'll say. And she is handling her shit. So anyway, they remove the babies and then they're like, but bad news. Once this mom finds out that her babies are dead, you're in trouble. You can't like make the mom raccoon mad at you.
She'll retaliate. There'll be bad blood.
Oh, for sure. Like they will come and
they
fuck
do
you
seem
up.
like the type who
For
will tell their
sure.
friends too. Like any animal that like
we ride it on.
right. They got damn near close to opposable thumbs, if not actual opposable thumbs, and they wash their food. They are too clever.
Yes.
No.
Definitely for pay.
Yeah, definitely. That is a
So those
AWH
guys,
is what that is.
for real. They took away the babies. They sealed up the chimney or whatever. But like,
Oh my
there's all this
God. They
poop.
straight up iced them.
They
Undocumented,
did.
not allowed to be on your
Yeah.
property, and just rounded up. And
You're
they
outta
stripped
here.
the mothers from their babies. This is
Deportation.
devastating. They deported. Oh, I hate this.
Then
I
there's
would
all
be the
this-
white lady who would lay down and be like, no, you can't take them. That's what I want to be.
Listen, we had to protect Peg, and there's all this poop now, you know, in her basement, and it is proper poop. It's not like a dog. It's like wildlife. So then we had to get the hazmat scenario. There's bleach. There's the whole thing.
Oh my. Those are multiple phone calls that need to be made.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And in Peg's mind, this is just like bad luck and not connecting the dots of like disrepair.
Home
You're not
maintenance.
capable
Yeah.
of handling the proper, you know.
Yeah.
So
this
she
needs
just thinks
to
like,
be-
what are the odds? And it's like, the odds are real good.
Okay, we got to talk a lot about how they're. Oh my God,
There's a lot
this
going
might
on
be a
over here.
sign that
So anyway, that's what's going on here. How are you?
I'm legit going to Google raccoon scat right now, because let me tell you, I
Yeah.
bought. Oh, raccoon poop is like the third thing that comes up. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
the problem.
A
It's very
range.
stinky.
A range of things. It says dark, tubular, and pungent, resembling dog feces.
Yeah, well, it smells like
So,
something else.
it's
it
terrible.
smells like hell on earth.
Very bad. Yeah. The smell, it says odor. The smell is worse than cat or dog feces.
I think that's an understatement.
Yeah. Yeah. They do. So,
That's an understatement.
but I bought myself, being the naturey, outdoorsy person that I am. And if you remember back to my campsite situation where the elk poop was there and then it was like the tick infested campsite, I thought, wouldn't it be nice to get
Yes.
a book or have something that informed me of the owner of the scat that I found on the trail, like a scat identification book or something. So I bought the
100%. That seems
Right?
valuable.
totally. I bought the Rocky Mountain Field Guide that is
Yeah.
comprehensive, very thick, dictionary
That's
size.
a gift I have it loaded for you.
I already bought it, so no
already have
worries.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that! You know me so well, Suze. That's so
I
sweet.
knew you would love poop.
So good, but does not have any listing. It has a description of it has the definition of scat in the glossary, but does not have any photos of any animals poop. I got to buy a separate book on
Just
poop.
poop.
But I feel like that's necessary because I want to know what the heck is around me. Is this like an animal I need to worry
Yeah.
about, not worry about? What are we doing here?
That's the thing. This is of utmost importance.
It really is. So that is nasty
We'll
ass
get on
shit.
that. It's a good reminder.
I'm really, really sorry that you had to be exposed to all of that fucking raccoon feces.
You and me both, sister. I mean, never a dull moment with Margaret Andrea Meister.
I had a standoff with a raccoon that was standing on top of the roof over my door, and I was like, if I walk under
like,
there,
"You
he's
wanna
going to
go?"
jump on me. Right. So I did the only thing I
He's
could
gonna
think to
jump
do
on.
is to take all the change from my change thing and throw change at him. I didn't know. I was like, you got to
Wow.
move.
How'd that go?
Terrible. He watched me
Yeah,
do it
they
and
don't
then
give a
watched the
shit.
change land like he was
Yeah.
laughing at me. Like, I'm going to come back for that later. So not only are you going to be stuck here, but also I'm going to take your money. That's what it felt like. And then I don't know how he ended up leaving. But on his own willing, like on his own timeline, not based on anything I did, is how he ended up leaving.
Sarah, I love it. Like, so, I mean, anyone that's ever dealt with a coon would know that throwing change at it
worst idea.
Is like, they don't care.
They don't care, and it's shiny. So they were just like, oh, cool. That's what I thought. I thought maybe it would distract him, and he would like run away. But no, it did kind of, actually now I'm saying but she was like giving off like mother protecting babies in our chimney vibes, which could have been the situation, because now I know they like that. So
evidently.
How did it end?
Well, we got rid of the babies. The mom's still on the loose, and the poo's been cleaned.
Okay.
I don't
know.
Can
you imagine the mom coming back?
Tuned.
My babies.
I mean, it stings. I feel bad for her, but
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I mean, she picked the wrong house.
Like I guess it's them or you.
Right, Sarah.
Right, I get it. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Sarah.
That's drama.
All right, let's talk about some more drama. This is like, I've been dying to talk to you about this.
Okay.
Did you see the moron who sat
on my God. Why have we not? I don't know what this is. Our podcast and our outrage at people doing dumb shit at museums may have well manifested this into the universe. That's how appropriate it is for our show. Every level of this are things that I want to talk about.
It's like brain candy, brain candy, brain candy.
Oh my God, so many elements of this are great.
I'm sure you've already heard, but the story goes that these bozos went to a museum wherein there is a what's it called?
Swarovski crystal. I can never say that word. That's like my Worcestershire. I see your Worcestershire and I raise you. Swarovski. Yeah.
A crystal chair. It looks like the chair in like the Britney Spears Stronger video.
Yes.
It's like a bar chair.
Uh-huh.
And this fucking, he's American
100%.
Tourist saddles up.
I kind of blame the wife too. I think it was the wife. Oh my God.
I could talk about this all day.
I could too. And then when you say as the story goes, I want to interrupt and say, you mean as the video footage shows?
Yes.
Because this was all caught on camera.
All right, Sarah, let's start at the beginning.
Okay, in the list of things we don't, it's like Everest, then people who do dumb shit at museums is also somewhere in that mix. I know there are other things on that list, but let's make sure that also goes.
That's correct.
In that list.
Museum tomfoolery.
Museum tomfoolery.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call it.
The museum is displaying this quote unquote Van Gogh Swarovski crystal.
Which now I get it. Don't come at me. I get that Van Gogh did a painting of his room that had a chair in it, and that is the chair with, I get it, but I still think it's a stupid name for the chair, because I thought that Van Gogh did it for, I know he didn't.
Well, it just seemed like, why are you calling it that?
Yeah, I was like, I really missed Van Gogh's Swarovski phase. Don't edit that out.
Well, because for real, it's like, I wish you'd done more of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So then here's what maybe you didn't see, but maybe you did. Okay, so first the wife goes up to the chair. Mm-hmm. She acts like she's going to sit on it, hovers, and he takes the photograph.
Uh-huh.
Then
he's like, oh, me. No, I want to go.
Homer.
Yeah.
Homer rolls over and is like, okay, I'm going to sit on this fucking museum chair for the photograph.
Didn't quite have the quad strength.
I don't even think he tried. He didn't give a shit.
Do you think he went to go sit in it?
I did, but are you telling me he tried to squat?
I'm telling you, he was trying to hover and he lost his balance.
Know that. Are you sure?
Yes.
Really?
I am as sure as somebody who's fallen over while taking a pee in the
peeing.
woods.
Okay, so you don't think he was just like, I'm just gonna plop down?
No, I think he
Oh,
tried to hover.
That makes me feel a little better. Because I didn't think he even tried.
Oh, you do. Now I'm gonna have to watch that video
Yeah,
again.
like okay, let's do it right now.
I'm gonna have to do it. Let's watch it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to do it. We have to. It's for research.
Seems every museum's nightmare
Yeah,
has
shush,
come
shush,
true.
shush, shush, shush. Oh! I gotta slow
Wait a
that down.
minute.
I gotta slow that down.
He didn't.
Oh, he
did
plopped.
not.
He plopped. He fully plopped. He fully plopped. Oh,
There was
that was it. He
ploppage.
committed. He committed to the
didn't give
sit.
a shit.
That was not a squat. You are so correct, Susie. That was a full commit to the sit, is what that was. Yes.
It was, Sarah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Now
We know.
We know.
We have your number, sir. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I really could talk the entire episode about this
Right.
incident, but first thing I noticed is, okay, the wife rushes over, right? And they're on the same page. They're like, let's tuck tail and run.
Yes.
I would not do that. Like if Adam...
Absolutely not.
So what is it you think that made them both know, like, we are out of here?
Well, okay. Remember when we were going over the following the rules thing, and
Yeah.
there's just you
Yeah.
know what to do if you're that kind of person. You and I are take accountability people.
Yeah,
and take
but
accountability people would never squat and sit in a chair like that. So the same kind of people that are squatting and sitting in a chair like that or doing museum tomfoolery are the same kind of people that would
They're
hightail
like,
it
"Let's
out
get
of there. It's the same. I think that is it's the disrespect, because aren't both things at the end of the day, when you really like boil them down, a disrespect for...
Yes, a disregard for things of
yes.
value.
Yes. So that we don't have that. We have a regard for things of value.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't do either of those things. But their first action explains the second. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you're right, Sarah.
I know I
'Cause
am.
in the experiment about rule following, I
Right.
would have gone through the red light
You would have done both things.
because nobody or a thing gets harmed.
Right.
But if I harm a thing or a person,
Oh, totally different. Yeah.
I'm taking responsibility. I'm going to be
Right.
like, I fucked up. I cannot believe they did not even talk. They looked at each other. Oh my God, run.
Right.
Both of them.
And then didn't come forward, didn't identify themselves at all.
And they are on the run.
I know.
It's like Bonnie and Clyde.
It really is. Bonnie and Clyde through the gift shop.
It's like Bonnie and Clyde Jackass
my
American
God.
Tourist version.
Oh my
which
God.
is the worst
Trailer
version
Park Bonnie and Clyde.
of Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. Okay. Then the next thing I need to talk about is nothing solidified my belief in our conspiracy theory that museums want this shit to happen than watching that chair collapse because there was no perimeter or velvet rope. There was no sign.
A chair? You wouldn't put something...
Do not sit on it.
It's crazy.
Nothing.
Crazy.
No velvet rope. No perimeter. No sign. No security guard. They want that insurance money.
And then they repaired it and it looked just fine.
They want the Swarovski crystal fortune.
I mean, they really don't care, it seems.
Care? Sarah, I think we're all wrapped up in a
Conspiracy theory? Like this
Yeah.
is... Okay, Susie's conspiracy theory is that museums are short
They
on
want you
funds
to
and
break
donors,
stuff.
and so they're collecting the insurance money from...
not Mona Lisa. But
Right.
they want you to fuck up those vases nobody cares about.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared. The same, and they're probably as outraged as I am that they called it the Van Gogh chair, and it was that basically just like
A Van Gogh chair. It's like Britney Spears stronger with some like hot gun
paper
glue.
mache. Like it's so that's like not.
Sarah, are we on the same page?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Totally.
We should have Sally on to talk about it.
What side do you think she would be on?
Sarah's mom would, I think she'd feel both. She would agree with us that like these tourists are fucking foolish.
Oh my God, she would hate
hates
them.
dumb
She
Americans.
Hates them.
But then she would also be like, yeah, the museums are profiting off of the dumbos.
Yeah, she probably would say that. She'd probably be right too.
Ask her and then let me know.
Oh, I will. Love that.
Okay. Thanks for talking that through with me. I have been so worked up about it because
I can't
mainly because
believe-
of the video and watching that pig
And watching
sit
them run
on that
out of
chair.
there. And they just have that touristy look of like,
Totally.
like the guy with the fanny pack, the satchel, who's like wearing the like sandals with socks. Like we all know this guy.
We know this guy. We know his
They
fucking
pronounce
annoying
Italy,
wife.
Italy.
Oh my gosh. My mom, she wants Italian dressing. I know this person.
Yes, it's that person.
100%. Where they're just like, they have more money than sense.
I have traveled internationally. I went to Epcot. It's like that.
Right. And they think like Elon Musk is a genius.
Yes.
That's who we're dealing with.
Yes.
I'll tell you who is a genius, and that's whoever came up with the idea of harvest hosts, because this, if you are a person who rents or owns an RV,
Yes.
and you're going camping,
Which are a lot of our listeners.
Yes,
I
there
know
are.
you guys are a campy type, and you got
They're
your family, and you got these things just sitting in your driveway or waiting to
you're,
be
like,
used, or
itching
you're
to
like, I
rent
need to go
one.
somewhere. Yeah.
This is such a cool company. You just get a membership, but then you have access to all of the properties, and there are thousands across the country. And it's like wineries, caves, like cool, interesting experiences where like you would normally not even go to them. It's like this is the destination where like, oh, who even knew you could park and camp
Cool outdoors
nearby.
camping places. It's so fun.
That's right. And it's so cheap. $79 for the year, and then you get as many
It's amazing.
bookings as you want.
Which is at some places cheaper than one
One
stay
night.
at a campsite because that's how expensive they are. Yep.
Breweries,
So
just
fun.
a million, like, tons of stuff. Wildlife sanctuaries, skydiving, whatever. Whatever you're into, they have properties that will let you stay overnight. Head to harvesthosts.com. Use code BRAINCANDY for 20% off Harvest Hosts membership. Once again, that's harvesthosts.com for 20% off. Make sure you use our promo code BRAINCANDY so they know we sent you. What a great thing. It's so like Susie and Sarah.
So cool.
All right, I'm mad about the crystal chair, whatever. Did you watch on Netflix the Barbara Walters documentary?
No, I didn't even see that there was one.
It's brand new. So like I got hot off the presses last night, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe okay, yeah. And you should watch it.
Okay.
Okay.
Barbara Walters.
Baba Baba. I have an adversarial relationship.
Yeah, you do.
Because
Well,
she
she
sucks ass.
does suck. She does ask questions that are.
She's in a perp.
She sure is. And like, what was it? Was it Britney Spears, that one that was like painful to
yeah.
watch? And Whitney Houston.
were so many.
There were a lot. The way she treats women sometimes is terrible.
I'll say.
Okay.
And the documentary goes deep into her rivalry with Diane Sawyer.
Oh, I love Diane Sawyer.
Because Diane Sawyer is fucking great. And Barbara
She's
was
nice.
seething because she called her the blonde goddess. Like Barbara was jealous of Diane's sort of more like natural beauty and sort of
I hate this with
elegance
women that
and
they
all that.
can't. We've created a.
we pit
I
them
don't know.
against each other.
Yes, where there
Yeah.
can only be like one female rapper, one female host, one basketball player that's the best. One, it's like no, it's because of the fucking Smurfette principle
Yeah.
that did this to us.
Yeah.
If there's only one woman in any of these situations, then we assume there's only space for one woman. Meanwhile, we never do that for men, and they never feel like, oh,
That's
there
right.
can only be one basketball great, one jazz legend, one. No, hate that. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I had to say.
And they were both working for the same network. So their rivalry was particularly like acute because
I hate that.
theoretically they're supposed to be on the same team, but like there's always an urge to get the interview that no one else can get.
Right.
So
And
anyway,
you know their producers were pitting them against each other and saying like,
Yeah,
well,
this
if
was
you
by
don't do this,
design.
I'm going to put her on it, or like, this was all by design.
yeah, and like it just, I am prone to hate Barbara Walters anyway because I just didn't like her. Like on The View, I thought she was mean, and I thought she was like blunt and gross to younger women, and also like old fashioned and like licked Donald Trump's asshole for his whole, like she went to his wedding to Melania, and then whenever he's running for president, she didn't want to say, even though she's a quote unquote liberal, she didn't want to say anything about it because in her mind, what's most important always is her career.
Yeah.
So like nothing goes above that. And so like if you're super into Donald Trump, that's fine. But like if you don't like him and you don't say anything because it's like, oh, this might affect my career negatively, fuck off.
Yeah.
You're no trailblazing,
Right.
Feminist icon. Fuck you.
Right. I don't like that.
So I don't like it.
Well, your actions don't say that. Even if you maybe that was in the very beginning, but that is not what you have what she has consistently showed us or has.
Yeah, she is
has
only
been.
interested in Barbara Walters. She's not interested in any other her political leanings, her feministic ideals.
Right.
That is all secondary to putting herself on
Right.
a pedestal. And she sucks ass. And that's what I learned from the documentary. That was supposed to be, because like everyone's doing the thing where they're like, she's amazing. Yeah. She was a trailblazer and she did have to endure a lot of shit. No doubt about that.
Okay. You know who it gives me the same kind of vibes is Ellen.
100%.
Where it's like, yes, trailblazer, amazing. We
Yes.
have this this lesbian
Dealt with a lot of shit.
who was first to say this thing's so important, but
But then what?
you
You
also
pulled the
can't be a
ladder up
shitty
behind
person.
you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I have no interest in people that do that. Where
Yeah.
you climbed the ladder and then pulled it up so no one else could get there.
yeah.
Fuck you, Barbara, and fuck you, Ellen.
It kind of feels like the same.
Yeah. Yes, it is. You're
Okay.
right. And so it was fun to watch because it is cool to see like what it was like trying to be a lady journalist during that time. And I don't envy her. And she did go through a lot of shit. And fuck all the guys that were thinking she couldn't do it.
Right.
Fuck them.
Yeah. Both things, as we know,
That's right.
two things can be true. A lot of things can be true.
That's right. So for sure.
And somebody
But-
can wear different hats or like have different.
Well, and she had a daughter that she adopted.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And she shit the bed.
Oh, no.
Like the daughter ran away at 16.
Okay.
Barbara sent her to a boarding school for 3 years, like a internment camp,
my
essentially.
God.
Yeah,
Why would you? What?
not great.
Okay, not good.
And like, did her own thing. And
Yeah.
ma'am, you should not have adopted somebody.
Should not have adopted somebody. Right.
So I think that woman has every right to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I loved watching it, but it's not exactly flattering if you're open-minded. Okay, moving on.
Interesting. I'm going to watch that.
The Cut did this article about something they called a Chi-Chi chat. And I think we need a Chi-Chi chat.
We need, sounds good. I love it already. Just alliteration alone.
A Chi-Chi chat is when ladies all get into a group chat and like show each other their tits.
Oh, I'll fucking show you mine right now. I don't give a shit.
I know. What are we doing keeping these beauties under wraps?
I took mine off at the girls' weekend and sunbathed topless. So
how did they react? They were into it,
somebody
right?
said, I can't believe nobody's taking their top off yet. And like it's just us and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh,
Yes.
I'll do that.
Take it off, baby. How'd it feel? Fucking great.
Great. And nothing better than being in a pool without a top on. You're just like, they're like floating. Your anti-gravity on these bad boys.
I'm so
Whoa.
jealous.
Love.
Should we take our tops off? Or?
I mean, probably.
We probably should. We'll think about it. Okay. So the Chi-Chi chat ended up being about 250 ladies. Like people would just keep adding their friends and stuff like that. And the goal is just like
Normalized tits.
normalizing like
Yeah.
here's a tit shot.
Yes.
And everyone be like, yeah, baby, like how we get about
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
And with no male gaze, with no
Yes.
press, and whether or not they're lesbians matters not, because
not.
lesbians aren't the problem.
They don't, and lesbians are
love-
not doing what, we're not objectifying the female body in the same way and reducing a woman to just her parts. And then God forbid we do, because not God forbid, like in the situation that we do, like for example, when I went to this nightclub where the bartenders were in lingerie. And so I was like, came up to the one I was staring at because she had a cute butt. And I was like, can I just tell you, you
Yeah.
look so fantastic.
Fucking great.
You look amazing.
Yeah.
You are blah, 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 blah. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Da, 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 da. And I'm going to tell her
You
that.
know how I do that
And
everywhere I
That's
go.
not what the
I'm
dudes
like,
are doing.
You are
Yeah.
crushing it. Love what I'm seeing.
Yes.
Ba, 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 ba.
And those guys are looking at her and they're not doing that. So
Because she's not a person.
Right. Lesbians are different and I feel like
Lesbians are
allowed.
allowed in the Chi-Chi
okay,
chat.
good. Whew, thank God.
Because
Plus I love
they
tits.
more than anyone probably.
Oh,
can
worshipers,
appreciate.
appreciators. Oh my God. I always tell people when they're like, oh, I love women. That would be so great. Cause especially since I don't want to date men, but I just don't know if I'm just not into women like that. I'm always like, yeah, but have you tried touching boobs together? Cause that feels the best ever. Touch, have you put your boobs together under the shower? Because let me tell you, it's magical.
Yeah.
Then you'll
Let's
know.
just sit with that for a sec.
Yeah. Just sit with that.
Sounds so nice.
So nice. Soft skin, gentle caress. Make a little booby lake when they come together.
The rest of us
Yeah.
who still love the deep dickin'
Oh, I know.
will have to enjoy the Chi-Chi chat only.
Yeah.
But that sounds great because the Chi-Chi chat is just like about women saying like, yeah, you look so good.
Yes.
And you don't have to worry about dudes. Fuck all
Yes.
those losers.
Yeah.
And you're a queen, period, point blank.
Mm-hmm.
And that is great.
I love all that.
And it's empowering. It makes people feel like, yeah, my tits are great.
That's what it should feel like when women get together, is they should
Yeah.
feel seen and appreciated. And I always do like see and appreciate my friends, and I think that is such a special thing about the relationships and connections I have, because you and I are both the kind of people, like you said, that are absolutely going to say what we feel. And the truth is, I don't say it unless I think it, but I'm always like, I love that butt, or
Yeah.
look at your beautiful eyes,
Well, and
or
we love
whatever
their
it
soul,
is.
too.
And we love their soul.
Okay, well, just something to think about. If you want to put it together a Chi-Chi chat, you can just do it.
You just do it. You can just
chat.
show each other your tits. And for all the times, like, people have sent, like, you know, what are they called? Like, sext or like nudies. Like, what the fuck? Like selfies, but
Nudes.
nudes. What's wrong with me? I like don't know
Selfies
the
for
words.
nude.
I'm like, what are those things? Nudes? Yeah.
great.
Like a topless pic to some dude who didn't deserve it. That didn't result in any feeling like better or anything like that. If they can see it, let these random women who are going to make you feel amazing see it, or your friends.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we were talking about our next trip that we are going on together, and one of the things that we want to put on the list of things to do is go into a Korean day spa, because we're like, yeah, women should be naked together way more.
Yeah. Beeholes and everything.
Everything, just like be naked together. It's very, we need to normalize bodies, especially as we age, to know like it feels so good for women to be like, even in a relationship with the woman, it feels so nice to know like, oh, that's happening in your body, my body. Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah. We're just bodies being bodies. It's so great.
Bodies are so dumb, though.
And but
Okay.
we all have them. They're all dumb.
All right. So there was an article in the New York Times about this trend where women are super into those lifelike dolls.
Tell me more.
You know those like newborn baby baby dolls?
Okay. I was like I wanted you to tell me which end of the age spectrum we're on. Are we talking lifelike and adults or lifelike and babies? Because
these are lifelike newborn and infant dolls.
Susie,
yeah,
I am seeing a rise in the. I don't know
doll
if this
enthusiasts?
is. Yes.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was at a drag show, and there was a group of women who all had very large stuffed animals, like ones that were even in like strollers and stuff, and like that. And I'm like, what? Is this a thing? And like, I know Labubu is like blowing up and crazy, like a whole thing, but I feel like this, like perpetual, what's the word I'm looking for? Perpetual adolescence.
Yes.
Is a sign of something that maybe, like, what's happening? This is what does the New York Times say? What is happening here?
Okay, well, so they were documenting this trend in Brazil where a lot of women are developing this hobby and fascination with these lifelike newborn and infant dolls. And they will go on TikTok and document like, oh, my baby's taking her bottle or whatever the fuck, like pretending like it's a real baby. And obviously my initial reaction is like disgust and annoyance that anyone is doing this, because that is weird and stop it. And I still have that. However, something I read in the article gave me pause, which was this person that is an enthusiast said, why are we so forgiving of men and their hobbies?
Right. This
and
is
not
true.
when they are women
This is
focused. True. And I thought, well, because they're not weird. And then
what'd she say?
Nothing. I thought to myself, what about video games?
Yeah.
Where they pretend they're some fucking hero when they're fucking not.
Right.
They're just some doofus in their living room on a controller and they think they're in a war.
Right. That is crazy. That you're
Right?
actually going to give yourself the psychological effects of being in war.
World War
So
II.
anybody who's like, oh, it's different. No, because you're playing pretend in the same way, that's going to give you the same psychological
100%.
effects of being at war, because your brain doesn't know the difference between a video game and actually being there, for fucking sure.
It's the same. And
come on.
any kind of Dungeons and Dragons, Renaissance Fair.
Yep. Legos.
scenario,
I'll throw Lego into that.
Yes, where you are sort of taking on this persona of somebody that is not you.
Right.
In what medieval times or whatever the fuck. That's what men do, and we're all like, oh yeah,
and
it's just cute and harmless.
Don't even get me started on pretending to own your own teams.
Fantasy football.
Because that is, if you're gonna say, because I can hear like the guys saying like that
It's different.
that there's like the care that you give that baby doll, like the time that it takes all like to do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but anybody who's ever been with a man or anybody who's played on a fantasy team.
And how obsessed they are.
They have to act, it's like Tamagotchi pet. Like if you don't do it, they're gonna lose. You're gonna like people are gonna I'm gonna forget to play start this person, then he's gonna be on my bench and he's gonna get all the points but sitting on my bench. It's a whole thing. They act like they are like the actual managers of a team and then refer to it as their team. That's crazy.
That's right, Sarah.
How is that any different?
How is it different?
Okay, so I would say that in both situations, we are escaping into a fantasy world.
Yeah, I don't like either one.
Right. I think that is more than what I want to like.
Oh, yeah, I'm not into this doll shit. And I am also not into Dungeons and Dragons and weird ass
and I'm not
video
one to
game
hobby
shit.
shame. But what I do want to, as we do all the time, bring attention to, is that things become a problem when they become substitutes for other things. You know?
Right, Sarah.
That's it. Can you integrate that into your life in a way that's fun and adds to it? Yes. When that becomes the thing that then gets in the way of other human connection, like if they're taking all the time with these baby dolls to then not have, I don't know, relationships or connections or something of their own, then with like real people, then it's a problem. But if it's like, this is the tool that we use to create community and connection and talk, and I dress it up. I mean, what's the difference between a baby doll than the care that I give my plants when you really think about it?
Yeah, right. And so, like, I'm not into
water those
either
things
thing,
every day. Yeah.
But I reject the notion that one is weird and one is fine.
This is good. I came around. You've changed my mind too.
It changed my own mind. I was just like, because I don't like weird shit. I
know.
You don't need a fucking doll.
But then
in the stroller. And then I was like, oh, wait.
And it's probably going to be here soon, if not here already. This is the day that Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse arrives. So who am I to really talk?
That's totally different.
I'm so excited.
I am too.
Okay.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm so happy for you. But at any rate, I just am like, okay, I'm not into this lifelike dolls scene, but I'm also not into this video game weird ass thing. I hear them down there talking on their video games, acting like they're in a real
actually
war.
in war. I hate that. I hate that.
You fucking weirdos.
It is.
What's the difference?
I just don't want us to be role playing things that don't have a positive like impact on.
Yeah. And furthermore, just the idea that this has been normalized. Like when we hear them doing this World War II shit, we're like, yeah, they're just playing their game. But when we see a woman with a pretend baby, we're like,
okay. Yeah. We need it. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. You know what? Ladies, rock those baby dolls. Get them out.
Or just
whatever
everyone,
you need to
please
do.
stop acting like this. That's what I would prefer.
Just
if
don't
everyone would
replace
stop
it.
acting
Don't
like...
replace it for. But I think that there's a need. I think that there's a reason why we're seeing more of that. That is the question that this is like who's shaking the jar kind of thing. Like those are the red ants and the black ants. But
Good
like,
Lord, why is there a need for baby dolls as real babies?
It might be the promise of like the things that we played pretend about when we were younger are so far out of our reach. The whole like, I'm gonna play house, this is my house, or I'm gonna pretend to be this, or that the future that we were using our imagination to create is so different than the one that we have now. There might be this desire to go back to that imaginative place to recreate something or live out that life there, since we aren't doing it. It feels like more of a grind, and that whole like the thing that our parents had like is kind of out of reach for a lot of people. So maybe it's some elements of that.
I suppose, but you don't need a baby doll.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. like, you're right about
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah. Right.
You're wrong about the solution,
Right.
not you. I mean,
Well,
you
yeah,
are.
what we need is connection, and I think people are
Yeah.
having a harder time finding that.
Yes.
And yeah.
All right. Moving on. And before I do, I just want to say shout out to Hungry Root.
Yes. Oh my gosh. My box arrives on Thursday. I'm so excited.
Me too.
I spent $0
too.
US on groceries last month.
That's insane.
I mean, not actually zero. I spent like, I only needed 3 boxes. 3 boxes gets me through the month.
Wow.
And the boxes are cheap.
That's so great.
It's like $3 or $4 a meal. Like 10, I might get
That's
10 like
great,
$12 a
Sarah.
day kind of thing.
I'm sorry, but if you're not listening and doing this, you're crazy.
And if you are a single person, or if you're somebody who's eating like just by themselves, like a lot of meal plans do not cater to the solo eater, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
this really does, because I can really customize it. It's like I've always said, it's the combination of the like meal delivery kit where you can get all the meals like however you want them, whether you are a pescatarian or vegetarian, or you want to do no seed oil or a carb smart or whatever it is. So you can do all those meals that are easy to make and give you the instructions and take very short amount of time. Oh, excuse me, I had a hiccup.
Oh,
But
you're
you
so
can also,
cute.
it's also like a grocery store where you
Yeah.
can add groceries.
You can
So
customize everything.
you get points that you can spend on these that end up being a really good deal. Like I don't understand how in 2 of like my random little stops at the grocery store, I spend the equivalent to 1 box that lasts me an entire week, and I have like 4 or 5 meals and lunches and breakfasts and everything and snacks. I love it.
It's awesome. You can make it gluten-free, dairy-free, high fructose corn syrup-free, high protein, whatever you want. And you're getting all these items for your pantry, and you can make meals with them, or you can just like have them on hand. And they have a deal. It's awesome. Take advantage of this exclusive offer for a limited time. Get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/braincandy and use code braincandy. That's hungryroot.com/braincandy, code braincandy. Get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/braincandy.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
you're going to love that free gift for life. So delicious. Okay.
Okay. Next up. Okay. So the CEO or boss or whatever of the app Telegram, which is like one of those, like kind of like WhatsApp or Signal. Telegram is a communication app.
Yeah.
That guy, he just let everybody know that even though he is a like official father of 6 kids, that he's actually a father of over 100 kids
Oh, no.
because he's a sperm donor,
Okay. Gross.
and that he is going to leave his fortune to all 100 plus of them.
Is he, though?
Sarah,
Oh, my God.
I mean, what are we doing?
What is this brand of dude? This is like Elon Musk.
It's narcissists.
This guy, it is. What's his name? Nick Cannon, who then was
my
interviewed.
God.
Did you see that interview about
No.
them? Oh my God, you have to look. It's so good. It happened like either today or yesterday, where a reporter asked him, and she just gets like right to the point, which is really, she's always like very blunt, but does
Okay.
it with the face. It's so good. She asks him, "Can you like name?" He
Is
says,
he British?
"No." She said,
Okay,
"Name
go
a
ahead.
kid. Name your kids." And he goes,
Oh,
"Oh,
my
this is what gets
God.
me in trouble." And she goes, "You don't know the name of all your kids? Name them." And then he's like, "Well, it's hard to name 12 of anything. You name 12 of something." And she goes, "I don't have any."
January,
she
February,
goes,
March, April, May.
Yes, I was about to drop the like some dwarves or what do they call it? Santa's reindeer or something like that. But she was like, "I don't
12
even own
disciples,
12 of
12
anything."
months, right.
And she's like, "But that's beside you. They're your kids."
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. He forgot to. you have to watch it because it's painful. And you're like, he doesn't give a fuck about his
my
kids. He's a
God.
narcissist. So yeah, it's like this.
That's
So
so dumb.
tell me about this guy who
So there's
said
not
this.
much to say beyond the fact that he is the head of Telegram and that he is confessing now to being a sperm donor and having fathered over 100 children, and that he is leaving his fortune to them, but they have to wait 30 years to cash in. And he acts like this is some noble,
It's not. It's
principled.
just Scott's tots is how this is going to go. He's going to have like no money because he's like taking that. Like I can see this guy like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul kind of situation or something. And then it being Scott's tots.
It's so obvious that these guys, Elon Musk and this kind of guy,
Yeah.
and that Brian Johnson fucking fool,
Yes.
are complete narcissists, complete self-obsessed.
It's crazy.
Like, believe that the world is better with 100 or more of them.
Right.
This nativism
Yeah.
philosophy, thinking that your genes are so valuable that you must procreate.
Ugh.
I
Ugh.
am disgusted.
It's so terrible.
Meanwhile, they are the worst of the worst.
I want them to explain Stephen Hawking.
How so?
Because if they think they're all so fucking fantastic and so wonderful and their genes are so great, then I feel like they put value. They say, this is worth more. I'm worth more because of X, Y, and Z. Or my genes should be like, would they say the same? What goes into, what does it take? You know, because I'd say some of the greatest minds of our time are ones that maybe Elon Musk and those guys wouldn't even would ignore. And I think that
with Stephen Hawking, they would know the value there, but they would think, yeah, he should have had more babies.
Would you think so?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they would have said that. Or they would say that about, oh, yeah, he's valuable. He should have tried to spread his seed.
Oh gosh.
I think so.
Yeah.
But
I
they're
feel
all
like
disgusting.
it's like you can't. I don't know. I just feel like that even. I don't know. Brian Johnson is
He is
fucking
the
gross.
ultimate.
And it's just so. These guys are the most judgmental people that I just don't understand them not being like. I just feel like they would be the worst and judgy and still have like a value of like I'm better than this person because of this, and I hate that.
Right. I agree with you.
With doing less for mankind.
Right.
So that's. Ugh, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them all.
I hate them all too.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
That documentary that I was talking about by now, last episode, talked about Bezos a lot and like what he's like in board meetings and how he just, if he believes that that you're not smart enough or you don't, that he'll just shut people down in. Oh my gosh! Wait, I have to give a shout out to Kim Thurman, who just sent you and me a Venmo for
You and me.
She said Kim Thurman sent us $55, $5 for plants, and $50 for wine or cocktails when you and Susie are together for Challenge Mania. Wish I could attend.
God, Kim!
Oh my God!
Okay, when we drink her $50, we will tag her.
Absolutely, we will.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh!
Kimberly.
Drinks on me, Suze, because drinks are on Kim.
Kim.
Kim
You're
Thurman.
making days over here.
I mean, is that not the sweetest?
It's so great.
I love. That's what I said when you said. I said to us because you are involved.
Thank you, Kimberly.
I love this for us.
Okay, yeah, so I do too. That these gross losers want to
Yeah.
spread their seed. They do not care about the actual people.
Right.
Oh, it
He
makes
just
me
wants the
sick.
claps. Yeah, he wants the, like, I'm giving them. Well, what the fuck else are you gonna do? You can't take it with you, and like, That to me is not that philanthropic and so giving when you are. It doesn't take anything. Nothing comes. It's not at a loss to him. This is going to be 30 years down the line. How old is he? Probably 45, 50, 60, 70, 80. He might not even be alive then, or there's like nothing. Everything's all sorted for him. You can't take it with you. I don't know. I just feel like this is him just wanting, like you said, a pat on the back,
Yeah, for sure.
but not really
They don't get
to
it.
change the lives of these
And no
children.
women are doing this.
No women are doing this. Except there
right.
was that one woman who is the wife of some. I think he went in early on like investments with Warren Buffett, and she donated. I think it was like $1 or $2 billion to the medical hospital that says students here will no longer have to pay any tuition.
Yeah, I was fine with that.
I love that. Do more of that. That's fantastic. Wonderful.
Yeah, that was all right.
So that's what women do when they have a bunch of money.
Okay, so we usually love to have a celebration of a badass bitch.
Yes,
We love it.
we do.
But I've been sort of stockpiling examples to the contrary,
Okay.
just for us to maybe mull over. Because it's not always the badass bitch that's, we spoke last episode or whatever about Amelia Earhart.
Oh, yes.
And how really it was some dude propping her up like Weekend at Bernie's style.
Oh.
So like sometimes it is the dude that's the brains behind the operation. It doesn't mean they're great or we should herald
Right.
them.
Right.
But it's the truth that the success is from that person.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the context with which I am entering this story. And that is, I am a huge fan, as you know, of Lucille Ball.
Yes.
I love Lucy.
Yes.
And you love Lucy.
Love.
We all love Lucy.
We do.
And she is singular. She is an incredible
Yes.
physical comedian, especially. Like
Yeah.
her body, her face, her expressions are extraordinary in creating comedic moments. But she would tell you, and so would I, that the brains behind the operation was
Yes.
Desi.
She did say, I've seen these interviews. Yes.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Uh-huh.
Because he couldn't have done it without her, but she's acknowledging she couldn't have done it without him.
Yeah.
And that's all right. Okay.
It's great.
So Desilu Productions is tremendous, and it is the first female-run production company ever. Eventually, once she buys out Desi Arnaz, it's extraordinary. But I was reading this article in the New Yorker, I think, or no, Vanity Fair, about how like he managed to get them to agree to show Lucy's pregnancy, because you know how it was a whole thing. They weren't allowed to say pregnancy; they had to say expecting. And they slept in twin beds on the show, and it's all very chaste, and it's all very. And so, like, having a baby means you must have had sex, and like that's scandalous, which is absurd.
So silly. Yeah.
But this was a Vanity Fair article documenting how he had to like fucking work hard to get them to agree to this. And he's a Cuban,
Right.
very thick accented
Right.
immigrant.
Yes.
So he's extraordinary
Uh-huh.
no matter what. And I really do love how he did it, which was that they were like, no. They hired a rabbi, a priest, and a reverend to
Sounds like the start of a funny joke already.
totally to consult about the episode. Like the studio had agreed, okay, fine,
That's
you can
smart.
have the pregnancy, but they hired these religious leaders to weigh in if they were doing anything untoward, anything inappropriate.
Can you believe that was
So
a thing that happened not
stupid.
in our lifetime?
Right? It's absurd.
Sort of. Yeah.
Well, I I mean, within
Basically,
a generation or two.
yes, yes.
And so then they realized that all the religious leaders are fine with the use of the word pregnancy, but the network still isn't. So they still had to say she's expecting. They couldn't say she's pregnant.
Oh my
So
God.
stupid.
That's a dirty word. That shows you how like women were like you really do have to hide away. Could you imagine what they
real.
think about period or menstrual cycle or tampon?
Oh my God. Can you imagine
No, I can't.
being
actually.
a lady? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So anyway, he saved the day and he sorted it out. And he wrote this letter to the network and it said, we've created the #1 show on television. So if you're going to veto this and you aren't going to let us do the pregnancy, you're going to tell us what we cannot do, then you must also tell us what we can do.
Yes.
So from now on, if you make that choice, you decide everything.
Okay.
Which they all know they could never create
can't
what
do that.
Desi and
Right.
Lucy created.
No, they cannot.
So he had them over a barrel
Yes.
with his own talent
Good.
and skill. And so the network head wrote to the staff, don't fuck with the Cuban.
I like
And
that.
it's like, yeah, don't fuck with the Cuban.
I would get that on my tombstone if
Right?
that is such a great yes. I want somebody to say don't fuck with the feminist or something like that.
Yes.
And have them be
or the lessee.
be like,
Yeah,
right.
baby. Don't.
Cut you.
So anyway, he
words.
was successful. It all worked out, and they were trailblazing and whatever. But it made me think of all the examples that I have of very amazing women who, if we're honest, were really a product of men in their life that people like us are hesitant to give credit to.
I mean, let's hear it. What do we got?
Okay. The first one on my list is Mary Tyler Moore. Mary Tyler Moore had a production company called MTM. And that production company was hugely successful and ended up being like the genesis of all kinds of shows that you're familiar with. I mean, they were raking it in. Bob Newhart, Rhoda, what else? Lou Grant, Hill Street Blues. They had a million like shows that they were responsible for. And it was called MTM after Mary Tyler Moore. But the truth was that her husband was the brains, and his name was Grant Acker, and he became head of like NBC, and I loved him because he was responsible for like Cheers and like a lot of the must-see TV era.
But he was smart enough. I think what a lot of these men are going to have in common is they're smart enough
to know,
like willing to put somebody else on a pedestal or for like the greater good. Like
he knew
1 + 1 is
she
3
was
almost thing. Yeah.
The beauty,
The marketable
star.
thing. And
And
they're
he's saying,
okay with
let's
that.
call it that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's Grant Tinker. Grant Tinker is his name. And he was the NBC head. And anyway, he was the brains behind MTM. And he never took credit.
Wow.
Like he was never like, hey, what about me? Because they're fine just counting their money.
Good. Yeah, right. Right. Good. Yeah.
Okay, another example, Sonny and Cher.
He was more of the brains.
He was the brains. And she knew it. Like at his funeral, she gave a eulogy. And she said, it was always son.
Oh.
It was always son. And it was. He was happy to let himself be the joke.
Oh, yes. What? I mean, how many of these men are Jewish or not white men?
For real.
That's really my.
They get it. They get the value.
They're
They're not caught up in pride.
It's like, yeah, people of color.
Jews.
Not, yeah.
For real.
I know.
Yeah. They're
I was
like,
having
yeah,
this
you go
conversation
ahead.
about that new documentary that came out on Hulu about Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper, like her whole story, and she talks about how her mom's a therapist who I totally relate to and connect to. I'm like, oh my God, this mother is fantastic. And I was like, she was talking about how the kind of man that she like needs to be with her daughter, like who would have to be really okay. And I said, before I even saw him, I'm watching this with all my girlfriends, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's going to be a Jewish man. She's going to need to find a Jewish man because they're the ones who are going to be okay with having a woman who's that is like, because it's a matriarchal society. Like,
They get it.
They get it. Sure enough,
Like, by
they
all
announce,
means.
and everybody goes looks at me as soon as we see the husband. Oh, because they got married and he smashed the glass.
The plates, yeah.
Yep. And I said, Mazel tov, and they were like, "You were fucking right."
Right.
And I was like, "Yep," because that is the kind
You have
of
to be very
yes,
like comfortable in your own
yep,
stuff.
and understand that a woman being the head of something or leading something is not a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing, and it is a beautiful thing and something to be celebrated and supported. That is what I see these men doing.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's what you see in the Barbara Walters doc, because they show her with her male counterparts, the guys at the desk on the nightly news who were like intolerant of a woman at their station.
Hate it.
And putting in their contract, like, I ask 3 questions before she can ask 1.
Oh,
Stuff like that. I mean, she had to deal with a lot of shit.
bullshit. I hate it.
And it's all these guys that they kind of know
Yep.
they can't compete when
Yes.
it's even.
Yes.
They have to put somebody down in order for them. It's the mediocre man.
I hate it so much. I hate it. It's so
Because
sad.
if it's an even playing field,
They'll lose.
then,
Uh-oh.
are you really as good as you think you are?
Right.
Or is a man or a black person or whatever going to show you that you are not that great?
Right.
And we saw, I mean, frankly, the thing that I'm talking about, we saw with Amelia Earhart when we talked last week about how she was the product of this really smart guy who really was
Right.
pulling the strings. And so in some cases, there are like Mary Tyler Moore, Cher, Amelia Earhart, whatever, where turns out they kind of were like the pretty face.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I love that too, because then they made their
Right.
millions.
Everybody's winning. Like,
But they're not all like the brains behind the operation.
right. Yeah. I think that's an important thing to remember for no matter who the face of the operation or business or whatever is, that a lot of these big things, they take teams and they take effort, and you put forward
There's a lot of like components at play.
Yeah.
All right, friends, we got through a lot.
Good episode. Learned so many things.
We learned, and we raged.
Yeah, we did.
And we love you. And please check out the braincandypodcast.com for all of our partner codes on the Candy Codes tab. That helps us so much when you use them. And check out patreon.com/braincandy if you want to check out any of our reality TV content. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.